What is the single most important problem facing Columbus right now, and what would you do to solve it?
Well, I think that we have several different issues. One being the lack of affordable housing. The Affordable Housing Alliance came to us several months ago to talk about a lack of 50-some thousand affordable housing units. So folks are working and not being able to afford to live in homes. And so they came with a great plan a really aggressive plan to cut the lack of affordable housing by half in 10 years by putting out 2,700 units of affordable housing each year. I think that that's very important. I think that it's an ambitious goal, but I think that in a city like Columbus, we have the partnerships to make something like that happen. So I think that that is one of a very important issue. Poverty, of course, is something that is really big. Even though we have a low unemployment rate, around 4%, we have a 20% poverty rate. And so those are things that I think that working together we can tackle.
Do you support the use of police body cameras, and do you think they should be funded?
Well, I do. I think that they are one tool in the toolkit for community safety. I think it's about keeping officers safe as well as our community and having a level of transparency. And so we do have to look and figure out how we fund them. They are very expensive. The expense doesn't necessarily come from the infrastructure, but it comes from the technology and the storage of all the data that we'd have to. So I think we'll have to take that deep dive. I know the mayor's office and council are looking into how we actually fund this, and it's going to have to be with help from the state and federal government.
How do you plan to ensure integrity in the office of Columbus City Council?
Well, certainly. I think it starts with individual accountability. I think elections are a good way to figure out the integrity of a candidate. But we also have to put in safeguards. And so I was proud of the council before I joined for putting in new rules and regulations in terms of elected office and holding them accountable. But I think that we can always look to see if there are practical solutions, ideas to make sure that there is transparency. I think that's what it comes down to, is transparency. Make sure that everybody's playing by the same rules. And so I would certainly support looking at and seeing if there were additional things that we can do as a city to hold ourselves accountable and make sure that the citizens know that we are operating at the utmost of our ability, but also with the utmost integrity.
What would you do to encourage growth and development, and what specific area of Columbus would you focus your attention on?
So I think Columbus has some really good examples of how we can encourage development. We've seen it on the south side with the partnership with the Grody family, the city coming together, the county, and folks in doing the redevelopment in Parsons. We've seen it on the Near East side with PACT, where OSU, the Housing Authority, and the city came together, went to the federal government, won a $30 million grant, leveraged over $250 million in community resources. So it comes down to partnership. We've seen it in Wyland Park. We have to continue to do these type of partnerships. The city alone can't spur just the development. We have to have good partners. So I think of 161. It used to be a vibrant corridor. We have to come up with new solutions. Think of Cleveland Avenue, a busy thoroughfare with a lot of small businesses, but still struggling. And so those are the areas that I would consider. Hello, I'm Columbus City Council member Shannon Hardin, and I'm respectfully asking for your vote on November 3rd. I'm running for Columbus City Council because I was born and raised here. I love this city. I was born in a neighborhood on the south side that's seen its challenges, a neighborhood where folks are working hard, but they want the same thing that everybody wants: access to good jobs, good schools, and a safe neighborhood. On council, I serve as chair of the Public Service and Transportation Committee, as well as the Small and Minority Business Committee, and have co-chaired President Obama's My Brother's Keeper initiative. These are all initiatives to continue to move our city forward and to make good on the promises that if you work hard, that if you do your best, you can succeed. I am bullish on Columbus. I believe in us, and I believe in our ability to work together to make this city truly, truly, truly the greatest place to live, to work, and to raise a family. I thank you so much. I ask for your vote. Shannon Hardin for Columbus City Council. Thank you.